Hello everyone, I'm Harsh. I'm currently working with the School of Economics at NMIMS Mumbai. I use a lot of online tools and resources in my teaching generally, but in the past few months, since the time the country has gone into the lockdown phase due to the ongoing pandemic, we have, as an institution, shifted a lot of our resources on the online mode. We have been conducting online classes and everything. And in this endeavor, there are some tools which we very frequently use. In this series of videos, I'll be primarily focusing on the resources which are provided by Microsoft, as most of the organizations these days are shifting to Microsoft resources such as Microsoft Teams and other bounty of apps which are integrated into the Microsoft platform. Today, to start on with, I'll be showing you a very important resource, that is Forms. Although Microsoft Forms is similar to Google Forms, which you must be acquainted with in general. However, it gives certain capabilities which are not there in Google Forms, yet lacks on other capabilities as compared to Google Forms. So let's start. To start on with, what we have to do is we have to go to forms.microsoft.com. This will open for us the Microsoft Forms page. And on the corner, top right corner, you can see sign in. So once you click on sign in, you will get this option wherein you have to use the Microsoft account that has been given to you by your organization. So let me just go ahead and use my mother's account, which has been given to her by her organization. Now here you get, this is the basic view of Microsoft Forms. And here we have two options, new form and new quiz. So in Google Forms, we create one form and then we assign if it is a quiz or a general form. Here in the beginning, you can assign if you are creating using forms to create a quiz or otherwise. So today what I'll be doing is demonstrating to you a way in which we can create forms to record attendance of students for daily basis, for daily attendance marking. So first I'll click on new form. The moment I click on new form, I get this window wherein I have question. The tab one, we have questions. On the second tab, we have responses, which I'll explain to you in a moment. Now in the questions tab, the top is, the first option is untitled form. So this is basically the title of the form wherein we give the heading of the form. So suppose this is the form created for my mother's school. So let me give the name Tata DAV Public School WBC. Okay, so the caps lock was pressed. Sorry for that. Public School WBC Ghatatat. Okay. Now in the description I can give, say suppose this has been created for class 9A. This form is meant for recording attendance of students of class 9A. Okay, and the timing of the attendance is strictly between 7:45 a.m. to 8 a.m. Okay, so we can give some instructions to the students and other things. So once we have created the heading, we start with adding the questions or the places where the students have to respond. So first I'll click on add new. Now it asks me what type of question is it. It's a choice, text, rating, date, and then we have other options as well. What type of response does the creator of this form want from the respondent? So suppose this is a text response, okay? So this is an attendance form, so I'll take it as a text response. So the first is they have to enter their name. I can make it as required because this is important. They cannot skip this. If I make this as long answer, they can enter paragraph. If I just leave this option, they can enter shorter text. So name can be a shorter text. So I can leave it like that. I'll add one more. Again, this will be a text. And here I will give admission number. It is required as well. One more text, say class roll number. Okay. Now there are certain options. For example, the moment I click on the question, it is available for editing. So what we can do, we can create a copy of the same question, we can delete the question, we can change the order, we can move. Suppose I want the name to be after admission number and roll number. So I can click this. Now it has gone to the second space. Admission number is first. Let me push it further down. So now you can see admission number, class roll number, and then the name appears. And the same way we can push it up and down. Now the second thing which I want to show you, the other thing is, if I want to add some validation options. So suppose admission number has to be a number. Students should not enter any random text here. So I can click on admission number. Down bottom, here is 3 dots, which gives us the options. So I can click on options, and then you can see restrictions. As such, you have subtitle. Subtitle is basically a description. You can give a description to a question, that enter the admission number provided. So suppose this I can show, I can put enter the admission number given to you by school. So these are all optional. These are optional things. It's not necessary. But what is important is that you can put some restrictions. Now, what is the restriction? That the value which you are entering should be a number. Alternatively, there can be other options, like in Google Forms also we can put the various options that it should be between this number and this number. Say suppose they want to enter a phone number, so it has to be between a given range of numbers, or it has to be equal to a particular number. So I'll just put it should be a number. And similarly, the class roll number also, I'll make it a mandatory that it is a number. Okay, so restrictions have been placed. Once the restrictions have been placed, my form is ready, and you can click on preview on the top. You can see here preview, and you can see that this is the preview, Tata DAV Public School WBC Ghatotan. This form, this is a description. Then admission number, class roll number, and name. So right now this form is not live. It says, hi Meenakshi. When you submit this form, the owner will be able to see the name and your name and email address. Okay, so right now this form is not live. You can view it how it will be available on a computer, or alternatively, how will a student, if he's accessing or she's, how will this form be visible on a mobile screen? Okay, so both the things are visible here. Now I'll click on back and go back to the form. Once this is ready, and a very good feature which is available in Microsoft Forms and not available in Google Forms, Microsoft Forms and not Google Forms, is the capability of setting the start date and end date and timings. Although in Google Forms we do have add-ons such as form limiter, but there are restrictions associated with such options. Now for that, what will I do is that I'll go to the 3 dots on the top right corner here, click on this, and we have settings. The moment I click on settings, now there are these options available with us. So what you have to do is first click on this, who can fill out this form. So anyone with the link can respond. If I go for the second option, it will require only some specific people to fill who are in the organization. So suppose someone is using is part of your organization, they are using an email address which has been assigned to them by the organization, then only they can use. So when I click on anyone with the link, so anyone from anywhere can respond to this form. Then we have the option of accept responses. So if I uncheck this, this form is created, but it won't be accepting any responses. Now, if I check this, now it is live and it can accept responses. Anyone can start. Once I share the link to this form, they can start responding. Now, what I was talking to you about, the start date and end date. So suppose if I click on start date, I can assign, say suppose tomorrow, right now, today is 18th of June. So 19th of June, the form should come live at 7:45. So I've indicated 7:45. Similarly, the end date should be 19th at, say, suppose this has gone PM. So let me make it AM. Now what you can see is it gives me time intervals in intervals of 15 minutes. So that is one restriction, that I cannot give times anytime, say suppose 7:50 or 7:55. It is 7:45 and end is also 8 a.m. Okay. Now, what else can I do is I can customize the thank you message, as in once the person submits the form, what is the response he or she will get. So your response was submitted, so I can put your attendance for the day has been recorded. Now, why it is important that we use Microsoft Forms instead of Google Forms, and what is the additional capability here, is that in Google Forms, the administrator or the creator of the form or the teacher has to switch on the forms, that it should start accepting responses at the set time, say suppose at 7:45 a.m. and at 8 o'clock he or she has to stop it. But here what you can do is that you set the date and time, start date and end date and time, and you can leave the form. It will automatically begin accepting responses at 7:45 a.m. and stop the form at 8 a.m. So suppose at 8 a.m. the responses have been collected. Now at around 9 a.m. or once the class is over, the day is over at around 2 p.m. or so, what can the person do or the teacher do? Go to responses, download all the responses, and once they have downloaded the responses for the day, at the same time they can go and reset this thing for the next day. So suppose I have downloaded today's responses, I can reset it for 20th, and then you can see automatically the end date will also change, because start date was 20, end date cannot be before the start date, so automatically it will change. You just change this one value and then you are done. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to start the form, end the form on a daily basis. Okay. Now, how to share this with your students? So we have this share on the top. Click on share. You will get this link. So you have to copy this link. We'll copy this link, and now this link can be used, sent to the students for recording their responses. So suppose I have copied this link and I'll go to the window. I'm trying to open, but please note that it says this form is currently not accepting responses. Why? Because the start date right now is 20th of June. So it will only start accepting responses on 28th of June. Anytime before that, before 7:45, it won't accept responses. So now we have covered how to use the start date and end date feature in the settings to set a given time for the form to accept responses. Now I'll move to the next portion, that is responses, the response tab. So once we click on the response tab, it is a resource from where we can download all the data that this form contains. So since this form has not accepted any responses till now, it shows 0 responses, and open in Excel is not highlighted because we don't have any data in this form. But we have another form with us, which we have been using for the past 2 months for accepting the response from students. I'll show you that and demonstrate further. So in the response tab in this form, you can see 1406 responses have been recorded since the start of this form. Now open in Excel is active. So in this case, we can see that open in Excel option is active. If I click on this, I get this window which asks me where to save the responses. However, if you have not given the option in Chrome to ask every time you download, it will be directly download, which you can see on the bottom of your Chrome window, and you can access through downloads. So for example, I'll just download in this window right now. I'll click save, and you can see that it has been downloaded. I can just click here. And I get this form which shows me all the responses that this form has collected. So the first thing which we have to do is enable editing. After enabling the editing, you can see that this table is already in a tabular format. That is, the headings are highlighted and we can alter we can filter each column separately. So first thing what I'll do is go to the start time. There is an arrow next to the start time. I'll uncheck select all, go to the particular date which I'm interested in. So I'll go to June, come down on 18th. So what are the responses that I have been collected today on 18th, the attendance record? I'll click OK. So you can see only those attendance that were recorded today are visible here. So once we have set the start time, basically the date for which we want to record the attendance or view the attendance, we will come to this roll number column. In the roll number column, you can see that there is an error which has occurred, that the numbers which have been recorded are in text format right now. So before we do anything, we will convert these numbers from text to the number format itself. For that, I'll just select all these numbers in the column. You can either use your cursor to drag them down, or you can click on the first cell and on your keyboard press Ctrl Shift and the down arrow key from the cursor, and it will select this entire column. Go to this small error window, click on that and convert to number. It says that what was the error? Number stored as text. So I'm converting it to number. Now, once we have converted all these roll numbers into numbers, I'll click on the arrow next to the roll number and sort it from smallest to largest. Now, once these numbers are ordered in the ascending order, you can see all the roll numbers in a particular given fashion, which now can be used. The names can be used now to record them in any other Excel sheet or any other format which you might have for recording the attendance. One good thing about using an identifier such as admission number in our case is that if there are students with a similar name, for example, Sanjana Kumari, there are two Sanjana Kumaris in this class. So we can identify that both the Sanjana Kumari with the admission number 6463 and 7246 have recorded their attendance. So apart from roll number, it's always good to use an identifier column while recording the responses. So the last thing that I want to share with you is that how to proceed for the next day. Suppose we are done with the business of the day, what to do on the next day. Now for the next day, Suppose you open Chrome, what we have to do, directly go to forms.microsoft.com. Now here you don't have to create. It shows you all the forms that you have already created. So directly click, say this is the form which we have created for taking the attendance. Click on this, then go to responses. Click on open in Excel to download the response. Once you have downloaded, done everything, click on the three dot, settings, set for the next day. Suppose I'm setting it for 19th. Everything is done. Now you can directly close the window and you are done. Now you might be wondering that earlier I had shown you a very blank form without any graphics, but this form has some graphics. For that, what you can do is go to themes, and these are various themes available which you can use to customize your form or beautify your form. I hope you would have liked this video and understood the steps to be followed for using Microsoft Forms for recording the attendance. In case if you have any queries, you can type them down in the comment box and I will definitely try to respond to them at the earliest. Thank you.